Hello, Internet. Welcome to Conserving 915. I'm Ruben.
El Pinche Steve is here.
Your boy Angel.
And of course, the best one, Dave.
The best one, Dave.
Look, man, stop to saying it like that.
You're
making me insecure. Anyway, we are the number one Latinx conservative talk show on the internet. We are, and there's no refuting that. If you do not agree, leave a comment, and also send us a check by mail. We're at P.O. Box EP 9500.
Give it up. All right. So who's gonna lead this one? David.
I think this is Rubbins.
It's one of my Hallmark articles.
Let's hit it anyway. Newsbreak.com. The title reads: Biden lets 2 million illegal immigrants skip through case-by-case turnstile, by Paul Beddard. So what are we looking at, Ruben?
He's actually more gooder than gooder.
That's what Chairman Biden, our installed president, has been doing.
Oh my goodness gracious! He's let 2 million illegal immigrants speed through a system that is supposed to limit entry into the United States on a case-by-case basis, according to data from the Department of Homeland Security.
You know what? You need those votes quick, man. November's coming up. You need to get these guys on the voter rolls, man. I gotta.
Okay, so we're pushing through one illegal immigrant roughly every 28 seconds, according to some analysis. The data that was analyzed by the Center for Immigration Studies. Yikes!
We need to get these voters, man.
This is horrible. This is news to me. I didn't know that there were illegals coming in. Don't laugh, Angel.
I didn't think we were giving.
This is serious business.
I didn't think we were giving them social security numbers.
No, they're getting that too, man. Look at that.
They're getting that
social security numbers.
Oh my goodness gracious!
Wow, roughly every 28 seconds, being rewarded.
So
for doing the wrong thing.
We've already done that joke. No, I should just denounce my citizenship and then cross the border illegally.
Get some nice gift cards and flights to wherever you want in the U.S.
Perks.
Beat up some cops for fun.
I mean, when else am I gonna be in town? So that's just okay. So yeah, that's horrible. That is very upsetting and concerning, alarming, if you will. The new data were in a just released December report on parole requests by migrants. The parole is granted to inadmissible individuals by Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas.
Make sure you don't make him feel bad or about the sucky job he's doing, okay?
Yeah,
because he might accuse you of being anti-Semitic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, that's not. You gotta watch out. You can't point out how sucky of a Homeland Security guy he is.
Did Holly ever end up sending him an apology for?
I hope not. He needs to apologize to the country.
I was being sarcastic.
for the crappy job. Yeah,
Holly, it wasn't an apology. It was a sternly worded letter saying, "I don't appreciate
your job.
Do your job. I don't appreciate how sucky you are." Verbatim. I think that's how it was written.
Yeah.
So the numbers reviewed by Mr. Arthur. Who's Arthur? Anyway. The numbers reviewed by somebody that does numbers show wholesale parole being granted to wide swaths of illegal immigrants and further feed concerns that the Biden administration is ignoring immigration laws. Oh, really?
Really? You think he might be doing that?
Oh, gee willikers. He wouldn't do something like that. What motive would he have?
But wait. By that logic, if the administration can ignore certain laws that are inconvenient to them, then why have common sense gun laws?
You're right.
Those are just inconvenient laws. Just ignore them.
Yeah, let's ignore those, and Trump should ignore the...
the felonies,
the
misdemeanors.
Yeah, you just ignore it.
Yeah,
just ignore the misdemeanors.
These guys are horrible. Like when they say, "Oh, if you don't legalize abortions, people are going to do them in alleys." Well, if you want to outlaw guns, people are going to build them in their garage. So
You know, 3D printers exist now.
Yeah, these guys are just the Democrat. You can't reason with these people. These people, everything they say is the opposite. Everything they accuse. So I just think it's funny how they say, "Oh, Trump's gonna come after us if he wins,"
We're gonna be sent to the gulags.
but they're the ones going after him and all his supporters. It's these guys are ridiculous. These guys are you can't reason with these guys. And you know what? We talked about this, Steve, since they're the ones that opened the door on going after Trump for hush money, whatever. Compared to what other guys have doing, like starting what I see as illegal wars, and I mean those past presidents should be careful, because if you can try somebody for trying to pay someone off for having an affair or whatever they did, I don't even know. She was a porn star, right? And she had an affair with Trump, and he paid her to be quiet, which is like a non-disclosure agreement, right? Yes. People do that all the time. Is it right? No.
She has to pay back because she didn't keep her mouth shut.
Because she didn't keep her mouth shut. Okay. Anyways, and then people say, yeah, but how can he be president because he did that? Guys, if you having the ability to have a job is based on your morality.
Oh boy.
How many people in the United States would have a job?
Just you.
Probably only me.
Yeah,
but
I would say so.
But it's just, these, and I have friends that tell me, but he did that. I'm like, you know what? Talk to all your uncles, talk to all your brothers, talk to all your cousins, and I guarantee you a lot of them have done.
If they're being honest.
They've done similar. That's why people get divorced, because people catch their husbands with other people. People catch their wives with other people. So if getting a job is based on morality, guys, seriously, there's a lot of people wouldn't have jobs.
Right.
Obama
killed the guy
without due process, right? I mean, he authorized the drone strike, but
it was done by his order.
Yeah. He built a whole bunch of cages.
He built the cages. So that's your hero.
So anyways, yeah. So yeah, that's where these Democrats work. I mean, if they don't agree with the law, it's okay to dismiss it and ignore it. But then when they expect other people to, just like Biden, right? He was subpoenaed to go to court. His son.
Oh yeah.
The little crackhead Biden. He was subpoenaed, and then he has a goal to show up outside and say, "I am here." Well, you're not wanted there. You're supposed to be inside being subpoenaed. It's just
not only that, but as soon as
these guys are clowns. Man.
MTG started her questioning, he took off. Never actually even finished being deposed, or not being deposed, but giving his testimony. Which, speaking of MTG and illegals, the stuff going on the border, what we're looking at right here is one of her tweets on X, and this is her official X account, by the way. So what do we have here? It says, a former Border Patrol agent says over 600,000 illegal alien children are missing. He also claims many are being sexually abused. I impeached Secretary Alejandro she misspelled it. She put Mayorkas.
It's because he's a yoke, man. He's such a yoke to everybody.
I hope she's not being racist.
I hope she's not.
She might have to apologize.
Because we can't forget he's Jewish for high crimes and misdemeanors.
Mayorkas.
So after reading this article, I'm convinced impeachment is simply not enough. So what are we looking at here?
So what is enough? Jail? Prison?
So, and we previously covered this before, but there was...
Well, let me interrupt, Angel. I think losing 600,000 kids that you let in here because of your destructive border policies is a lot more criminal than going after a grown-up man that had an affair with a adult film actress.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. They're the ones that are opening, like a lot of these guys that higher up say they were used to messing up and they had immunity because, and yeah, you can't, the reasoning is that if you go after everybody, they're not going to make decisions because you're always going to be scared. So it's like an unwritten law that was respected. But after 220 something years of our country's existence, right? It started. The Democrats are the ones that broke it by going after Trump for his affair because, of course, the Democrats are the moral authority, right? They don't believe in abortion. They don't believe in mutilating kids. So yeah, they have all the moral authority.
They're always promoting chastity.
Yeah.
No, but they do promote abortion. and that's moral. They do believe in castrating and mutilating kids.
Dude,
And
I'm being sarcastic.
hey man, shut up! Don't tell the truth like that.
I'm being sarcastic. You didn't. You guys can't see my
I saw it.
sarcasm.
He was playing along.
Okay. So anyway, anyways, my point is that
This is what you get when you put four Hispanics that are really good at sarcasm together. You know?
so my point is that losing 600,000
Children.
and you know what? These guys are kids. I don't know how they end up here. That's a very sad thing. You know,
Yeah.
these are kids. You can't.
Now who's separating
But
families?
but that's real. Losing 600,000 kids is a lot more criminal than someone with a grown man that had an affair with an adult actress. That's a lot more criminal. So my point is, if you can go after Trump for something petty and silly like that, it opens the door for all these clowns now, I think.
and more serious charges.
And they should be pursued, I think. You know? And Mayorkas, I'm not anti-Semitic.
So,
But
what
really,
is
Or
hold on.
Mayorkas.
Before we get into this, just for those people who faint of heart, we're about to get into some pretty dark and dirty stuff here. So if you're the person whose stomach kind of gets all queasy when you're talking about children, crimes against children, you probably want to go ahead and log off on this one and check out some of our shorts or some other episode. So here, we're going to go ahead and read this article, a little bit of it by David Creighton.
which is precisely what Taylor Greene was was citing.
Mm-hmm.
This is what she's talking about. So she's not pulling it out of the air, right?
All right, no, she was. Yeah, you're referring to this specific
From a credible
report.
person.
Well, the Post Millennial, they do great work. I suggest everybody follow them.
Well, here the source too is actually former U.S. Customs and Border Protection Deputy Patrol Agent in Charge, J.J. Carroll. No,
Isn't that the guy you go to church with?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
Anyway, so he worked there for 24 years as a frontline security officer with CBP.
So an absolute newbie.
No, yeah, totally.
Totally.
Rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake.
He's only there for a few months and then
He-
he's shown the door.
He pressed the zero button
You guys need to stop
one
being
too many times.
sarcastic. And he's been there for 24 years, so this is a guy that knows what he's doing and what's going on.
Yeah,
He knows the processes.
this is gonna get pretty serious here. So we'll scroll down a little bit. So Carroll has described that influx of illegals as America being invaded in a recent book. He is now exposing the attendant explosion of child sex trafficking at the southern border as treason in a documentary that he is producing and expects to release by this coming September. The material is explosive, unbelievable, and heartbreaking. He said up to 600,000 children have been moved across the border to be handled by non-governmental organizations, NGOs, and human traffickers. Remember, guys, that supposedly quote-unquote bipartisan bill that they were trying to pass earlier this year was full of all kinds of billions of goodies for the NGOs. These are the people who are human trafficking, not only women, but they're sex trafficking children. We're talking even pre-pubescent here. These kids are officially lost, but Carroll says they are being pimped out to pedophiles or sold as sex slaves. Again, guys, we're talking about kids here. Carroll spoke with the Post Millennial about what he has discovered, saying the nightmare begins when migrants begin their journey to the U.S. from Panama. The women and children, as they make that dangerous trek from the Darien Gap and Panama up to the border wall and across, 60 to 80% of all the women and children are sexually assaulted and RAPED, Carroll said. That means up to 8 out of 10 children and women are RAPED or sexually assaulted before they even come into America. But those are the beginning numbers that are shocking.
So, yeah, when you're saying that you're absolutely okay with the influx of immigration, illegal immigration, you're also enabling this kind of behavior, this kind of activity against people who are desperate, people who can't defend themselves, children. You are enabling something like this to happen to them. I challenge you. Think of your nephew, your niece, your children, and they're gonna imagine them being trafficked. And let's see if you are okay with all this illegal immigration now. Oh no, I don't blame them because they're filing for asylum. They're afraid. Okay, you know what? Some of them might be, but what you're doing is opening the gates for more bad people to do bad things. So I'm sick of it, and this is really starting to piss me off. Continue.
But anyway, this is, I guess, one of the shorts that was coming out from Marjorie Taylor Greene. But I also wanted to bring up a few things also. I think...
Well, you know, Angel, if I can, because this has something to do with what David said.
Yeah.
And some of these guys that are doing those bad things to women and children coming over here, apparently they're also crossing, and guess what? They're doing it to women and probably children that live here.
How
They're
many
citizens.
stories did we
That we just go in our previous episode. How many girls are being killed by these guys? You know, they're raped, dumping them in rivers, doing like weird, ugly things. This is what people that are cool with open borders are enabling. This is just horrible.
And I just wanted to throw out a couple of reminders from our previous episodes as well, but I don't know if you all recall, but during the Trump administration, there was a lot of families that were being DNA tested, and it turns out a lot of those quote-unquote families that were crossing the border, the children actually didn't have like a DNA match to the quote-unquote parents that were accompanying them, you know.
And do we know what was done in that situation?
They separated them out, and then of course Trump was being accused of separating families.
So those are the separated families that people are
upset about.
Yeah. And this is the kind of stuff that's happening with all these kids, which, by the way, keep in mind.
So Trump's administration was actually separating kids from grown-ups that didn't
from their captors.
From their captors.
pretty
It's
much.
not people that these kids didn't belong to those adults. They weren't their kids, or those adults were not their parents.
Exactly.
So then these guys twisted the facts to say that he was separating families, right?
Even though
Which what separated the families was their immigration policy,
Exactly.
right?
Yep. And then another quick reminder, but we previously spoke about this on June 4th, 2024. Chairman Biden announces new action to secure the border. I think a lot of our viewers will recall that supposedly because the bipartisan bill actually failed to pass, that he had to take action. Of course, he will also recall that Mayorkas was very, very proud of rescinding tens, I think it was up to like 72 policies that were enacted by Donald Trump, such as Remain in Mexico. And they were extremely proud of that, by the way. So I'm just reading a little bit from whitehouse.gov here. New actions will bar migrants, and this is June 4, 2024. New actions will bar migrants who cross our southern border unlawfully from receiving asylum. Biden taking action as congressional Republicans put partisan politics ahead of national security, twice voting against toughest reforms in decades, supposedly. Since his first day in office, President Biden has called on Congress to secure... Chairman Biden has called on Congress to secure our border and address our broken immigration system. Over the past 3 years, while Congress has failed to act, the president has acted to secure our border. You guys believe that one?
Yeah, I do.
His administration has deployed the most agents and officers ever to address, make sandwiches, the situation at the southern border.
Well, he probably has employed a lot more agents as a what
welcoming
we call
agency.
the welcoming committee.
Give lays to the people.
He probably calls agents all those bus drivers that drive people around and
Prepare lunch.
prepare lunches for them. Yeah.
Give him the wire cutters for the... What was that fence called? Concertina?
Concertina.
All right. Anyways, sorry, go ahead.
Seized record levels of illicit fentanyl at our ports of entry and brought together world leaders on a framework to deal with changing migration patterns that are impacting the entire Western Hemisphere. So now we are almost getting into June pretty soon. And so far, these executive actions, executive orders have had almost zero... Actually, to me, it seems like zero effect on everything that's been going on, especially with
Pretty much.
we kind of discussed in an earlier episode too. It just happened mid-June. Very, very heinous, nasty, disgusting crimes. It's just a porous border, you know. Unfortunately, Chairman Biden don't forget that. Unfortunately, the National Defense Authorization Act pretty much legalized propaganda against the American public. So everything that's coming out of the White House is pretty much propaganda designed to try and fool you. And 1 + 1 = 3. White is black, black is white, up is down, and down is up. But anyway, I think we're preaching to the choir a little bit right here. Our audience, I think, is probably on the smarter side of.
But also, unless you're sharing this with one of your very liberal friends, which I applaud you and thank you for listening.
So, all All right. Is this?
Well, yeah. Thanks for pissing me off. That's 2 episodes already. You pissed me off back to back.
Who, me or this guy?
Both of you.
Or Chairman Biden?
Chairman Biden. You know
Chairman
what? No,
Biden.
this is all his fault.
The Rios brothers.
It's,
Yeah.
Chairman Biden.
Chairman Biden and his administration. Majokas.
Majoker?
Majoker. And they're just the worst. Gosh, man. I'm sick of it.
He's gonna expect an apology.
For me.
Yeah.
The Chairman 915. I want to thank you for joining us on another episode. Let us know what you think with this constantly evolving situation that's going on the border. Do you agree? Disagree? How do you feel about this? And yeah, let us know.
Give it a like.
Drop a comment.
And if you're mad, we won't put it against you.
Of course. Yeah.
This is something you should be mad about.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially if you're mad with Steve.
We're gonna cut that out.